Do you want me to just say I told you so? Or
According to reports, the EuroLeague is willing to spend a fortune to sign Caitlin Clark. They plan to make her a huge offer that might entice her to play abroad and leave the WNBA with no stars in order to escape the toxic league and finally get a break. Since Caitlin has been compared to Angel Reese throughout the season, and even veteran players have turned against her, now might be the ideal moment to make the move and prove to the league who the true MVP is.
Actually, if you think about it, like, could Angel be, this is a question, right? Get us at us in the comments. Could Angel be for Reebok what Jordan was for me?
Some players in the league are still unhappy despite her raising their salaries. During a live webcast, Reese boasted that she was the best player.
He paid and I love when I do that. He pays them bills, baby. I just hope y'all know the WNBA don't pay my bills at all. I don't even think that pays one of my bills.
These players have been accustomed to the Caitlin Clark effect, which allows her to travel to Europe and make 10 times her WNBA pay while also receiving preferential treatment from the league.
then you had some jealousy, not by most, not by all, but there were some people within the WNBA, players, pundits, etc., that were trying to tear her down. And so how y'all look now? See, I love how everybody trying to change the argument. My man Shay Shannon Sharp went off about it this morning, how there were so many people getting at people like him, getting at people like me and others, trying to change the freaking narrative. When people were trying to knock her down, they were trying to bring credibility to the argument. They weren't jealous.
There is a lot of conjecture in the basketball world as the EuroLeague gets ready to offer her a record-breaking transfer deal. Rising star Caitlin Clark, who has dominated the WNBA court, may soon rank among the highest-paid players in the league both domestically and abroad. This move would demonstrate not only her obvious talent, but also the stark difference between the treatment she has received in the WNBA and the recognition she is getting abroad. Why is this possible transfer so important for Clark's career? It might be the turning point that she moves to a league that recognizes her value, even though she is carrying the WNBA on her shoulders, drawing in viewers and breaking attendance records. Caitlin hasn't always been treated with the deference she merits.
Swoops all y'all other haters out there, and I'm gonna call you out, man, because it's blatantly obvious why you hating on the young lady.
The WNBA peers are feeling envious and dissatisfied after learning that Caitlin Clark may earn a huge income elsewhere. A growing sense of unease has been caused by the perception that Caitlin may be leaving the WNBA, leaving her fellow players to continue fighting for smaller paychecks while she enjoys financial security overseas. Many players are frustrated that Clark, who is still in the early stages of her career, could be on the verge of landing a contract that dwarfs their own in a league where players compete fiercely for contracts that frequently pale in comparison to what male athletes make. The league is tense because some players believe that Clark's exit would hurt the WNBA, while others may quietly respect her choice to look for better opportunities. After all, Caitlin Clark has already established herself as a top talent. Why should she settle for less when she could make so much more money overseas?
An intangible thing, right? Yes, we can say she's a dog. Okay, there's been other dogs. Okay, she's a great shooter. There's been other great shooters. She has it. She's got the thing. We can't assign it.
After her first season in the NBA, Caitlin Clark had made it clear that she wanted to take a break from basketball. She stated that she had no plans to play abroad during her break, citing the need for rest and recovery after a demanding year. However, recent events indicate that Caitlin may have changed her mind. Rumors have started to circulate that she is now considering playing in Europe, with the EuroLeague emerging as a strong contender for her next career move. Some speculate that the treatment she has received in the WNBA, both on and off the court, may have contributed to her decision to reevaluate playing abroad.
What's your perspective on this narrative that players of the WNBA are hating on Caitlin Clark?
It's a false narrative, Chanae, and I don't think there's any jealousy or pettiness that is fueling dirty play. Now, is the attention she's getting on the defensive end unprecedented for a rookie?
After a season full of both triumph and adversity, Clark's decision to leave the WNBA and move to Europe would represent a major turning point in her career and suggest that she might be seeking a new beginning. Caitlin may view this as a chance to start over, pursue new prospects, and display her skills on a worldwide platform. But this choice isn't just about basketball. It's also about finding a place where she feels appreciated and respected, something she hasn't always had during her WNBA career.
This draft class, 2024? led by Caitlin Clark, it's going to be one. It's going to be one. They're going to remember this.
Oh, yeah.
And these salaries, these women salaries,
go up. Don't continue to go up.
Caitlin Clark has been the NBA's biggest attraction, drawing record viewership and packing stadiums. But despite her amazing contributions to the league, she hasn't always received the respect she deserves. She has frequently been at the center of arguments with both her opponents and teammates. One instance in particular sticks out. Caitlin was hit in the face by an opponent during a game, which left her with black eyes.
Ow! Oh, I'm sorry. You poked me in the eye. You did. I did not poke you. Did you do it on purpose? I did not poke you in the eye.
This betrayal must have felt like a slap in the face for Caitlin, highlighting the toxic environment she was operating in. Instead of supporting Clark, Caitlin's own teammate Alyssa Smith laughed off the incident and even joked about it with a player who had injured Clark. To make matters worse, the player was Smith's girlfriend. Nalissa could have told DJ she was out of order for laughing about it, but instead she demonstrated where her priorities lie in these difficulties. The emotional toll of dealing with such disrespect from both her teammates and the league must have been a heavy burden for Caitlin Clark, who continued to rise to the occasion. Her performance on the court remained excellent, and she didn't let the negativity around her affect her game. Perhaps this is why she has become more and more interested in leaving the WNBA to start over in Europe. Caitlin Clark has had a huge impact on the WNBA since her rookie season. She has consistently drawn the most viewers and packed arenas wherever she has played, even for the Indiana Fever. Clark has a distinctive presence that draws people in, whether it's her incredible shooting or her unwavering determination. Fans flock to see her play, and her jersey sales have skyrocketed, making her one of the most recognizable faces in women's sports for the WNBA. Her team broke attendance records, reaching the highest attendance ever recorded in the WNBA's history. Despite being a marketing dream come true, Caitlin Clark is still not protected from players who have ulterior motives.
With Caitlin comes millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs. And with those millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs, unfortunately, is going to come some people who are not nice.
The WNBA has not always given Caitlin the respect and support she deserves, though, despite everything she has done for the league. Rather than supporting her and recognizing her contributions, the league has frequently allowed jealousy and negativity to cloud its appreciation for its star player. This lack of support has only fueled rumors that Clark may relocate to Europe, where she might receive the respect and recognition she has been lacking during her time in the WNBA. Unquestionably, Caitlin Clark has been the WNBA's shining star this season, but rather than getting the credit she merits, she has encountered an incredible lack of acknowledgement from the league and its players. This fact is made even more clear when you take into account how unwelcoming her teammates and opponents have been to her as a rookie. Caitlin came into the WNBA with a lot of promise, but instead of getting the recognition her talent deserved, she encountered resistance at every turn. Her outstanding performances, which ought to have earned her a unanimous Rookie of the Year award, were unfairly criticized, and she was unable to win unanimously. Many people think this was due to personal prejudices rather than an objective evaluation of her basketball skills.
Caitlin Clark was only one vote away from winning it unanimously, the Rookie of the Year award. Congrats on winning the Rookie of the Year award, but how is it not unanimous? I get that people don't like her, whatever the case may be, but honestly, she led rookies in every category pretty much. She took her team to the playoffs for the first time in like 10 years. She was the first ever rookie to get a triple-double.
Multiple envy over Caitlin's success appears to be the root cause of the hostility she has seen from teammates and even her own squad. Caitlin Clark isn't just any player. She is arguably the biggest name in women's basketball today. Her unmatched skill, determination, and ability to draw large crowds have revolutionized the league. But despite all of this, she has had to bear the burden of the WNBA while dealing with disrespect from those around her. Some people may feel threatened by the amount of attention she has received, but it is well earned.
You're not entirely accurate with what you just said. What we said was there was noise out there. When we pointed that out, we said why. What was the necessity for it? Because a rising tide lifts.
It's obvious that the WNBA hasn't done enough to defend its rising star. Rather than creating a network of support for Caitlyn, the league has allowed jealousy and hostility to fester. This failure has harmed Caitlyn's reputation as well as the WNBA's, particularly among fans who are starting to wonder why the league hasn't celebrated its most valuable player more. If the deal goes through, Caitlyn could be playing in Europe for a salary that is significantly higher than what she is currently earning in the WNBA. In fact, there are rumors that her EuroLeague contract could be worth up to 10 times what her WNBA counterparts are making. For many WNBA players who are stuck with smaller contracts and less recognition, this potential deal only serves to increase their already existing feelings of jealousy and frustration. The EuroLeague's interest in Caitlyn is a clear indication that they value her far more than her home league does.
Does it? You don't even. Yo! I'm living beyond my means! It's like. No, my rent is more than that. It's 8,000. I'm living beyond.
However, Caitlyn Clark has worked relentlessly to develop women's basketball, so this is exactly what she deserves. If the WNBA doesn't give her the respect and money she deserves, it makes perfect sense for her to look for chances elsewhere. Caitlyn appears to be getting the financial stability she deserves in the EuroLeague, as well as the opportunity to develop further as a player away from the poisonous environment she encountered in the WNBA.
You were literally the best player in this, you know.
Right, because I think you can be the best player and not be the most dominant.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because I don't have it in front of me, but I wasn't the leading scorer.
By permitting such a transaction to even exist, if the WNBA had developed a stronger connection with Caitlyn, one founded on respect for one another and appreciation for her abilities, they would be effectively acknowledging that they haven't treated her well enough to retain her. She probably wouldn't even be thinking about moving to Europe, but the WNBA has let rivalry and envy get in the way, and Caitlyn is now on the verge of quitting the league completely. The EuroLeague, on the other hand, appears keen to take advantage of the WNBA's errors. They are willing to give Caitlyn Clark a deal that represents her actual value, since they know she is a game changer. This is a huge victory for Caitlyn, but it's also a great setback for the WNBA, which might soon lose its best star.
At the end of the day, we were making the point, do you want to promote the league or not? And people like Andrea and others were resistant to that playing a role in somebody making the roster for Team USA. And we were saying, hell with that. You want to promote the sport. You put that girl up in there, and people were appalled at that notion. That was
What happens if Caitlyn decides to leave the WNBA and move to Europe? Her fans are loyal to her as an individual and believe she deserves the best treatment regardless of the league she plays in, so they will follow her everywhere in the world to support her in a new chapter of her career. Her fan base is not just large. It is incredibly dedicated people who don't just watch her play. They invest emotionally in her success because of the resilience she has shown throughout her career, especially in her rookie season in the WNBA when she faced numerous challenges.
Caitlyn Clark's the most valuable, most important person in the WNBA this year, and should have been unanimous rookie.
Caitlyn Clark's move to the EuroLeague could be a game changer for women's basketball, signaling a change in the balance of power between international leagues and the WNBA. The EuroLeague is getting ready to offer her a record-breaking contract, demonstrating how much Clark's value has increased globally. This will be well received by CC fans, who will finally see her for what she is, a basketball phenom and a generational talent. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. More videos are now available.